It was one of the biggest stories of 2022. 1 year ago today, the Fern Hollow Bridge connecting the neighborhoods of Squirrel Hill, Regent Square, and Point Breeze collapsed, leaving the city and the nation in shock. Our DeRose made his way back to the newly constructed bridge today and has more on this important milestone.
1 year ago today, all eyes turned to Pittsburgh as the Fern Hollow Bridge collapsed here in Frick Park. It was a story that made national news and still has us talking today. January 28th, 2022 is a date that won't soon be forgotten here in Pittsburgh. That morning, as the AM commute was well underway, the Fern Hollow Bridge collapsed into the ravine below. Hundreds of first responders rushed to the scene and rescue efforts got underway. In all, 10 people were injured. 4 were taken to the hospital, and thankfully, no one was killed. Shortly after the collapse, President Biden was on scene. Ironically, the president was scheduled to be in Pittsburgh that same day, touting his historic infrastructure plan. He vowed the bridge would be rebuilt. What followed in the aftermath was a huge rebuilding project that cost millions of dollars and almost round-the-clock work. And just days before Christmas of last year, the 447-foot span reopened to the public. Though construction will not fully be completed until this summer, on the 1-year anniversary of the collapse, the Fern Hollow Bridge boasts 1 lane of traffic moving in each direction, along with an open pedestrian sidewalk, which many seem happy to be using again.
I was kind of skeptical to go back over it because I was like, should we trust it? But I don't know. I feel I trust it. I feel like as long as they're checking them more frequently, like, I trust them. There's no way to be afraid of bridges and live in Pittsburgh, so I feel like, you kind of have to just trust it.
Recently, there have been several lawsuits filed against the city of Pittsburgh regarding their maintenance of the bridge and the collapse. And there was recently an NTSB report about the collapse of the bridge, but it gave no definitive conclusion as to why the bridge failed. One thing is certain, the bridge is back and hopefully will stand for many, many years to come. Reporting on the Fern Hollow Bridge, DeRose, KDKA News.